Happy Sunday! Welcome once more to Conchoice Kitchen. And if this is your first time stopping by, I would like to say a very warm welcome to you. It's Sunday special today, and we are making rice balls and groundnut soup. Emotuo and Nkate Nkwan. Come along with me and let's do this. So here are the ingredients you need to make this, and I will list everything for you in the description box as well. Greens right now are some oxtails and goat feet. I'm also going to be using some offal. This is basically lungs and liver. I have my peanut butter. I have some mackerel. I'm going to use fresh mackerel today. And really, I'm going to list everything in their right quantities for you in the description box. So I'm starting off by chopping up my ginger. To this, I'm going to add some garlic. Chop up my onions. I'm going to use 2 of the medium-sized onions as marinade for my meat or to season the meat. So I'm going to cut both up. Put them in the blender. And I'm going to be adding some aniseed and peppercorns to this. This is just going to make sure that your meat is very flavorful. You know, these are aromatics and it's going to help bring the best out of your meat. I've added just a little bit of water and I'm going to blend these together. And now in my bowl, I have poured my meat. Adding in here right now the offals. Add some salt. This is always going to be according to your taste. And here goes my blended spices. So I'm going to leave a little bit here, about that much, and that is going to go on my fish, the mackerel, to marinate it. And here I'm adding a cup of water now. Because these meats are very hard, you know, like tough, I should say. So the oxtails and the calf, it needs quite a bit of water. So it's not going to be the typical, you know, meats that you would just put little to no water in to steam first and then add some more water. So 1 cup of water, which is not too much still. And this I'm going to start cooking right now. And whilst that cooks, I'm going to go ahead and focus on my fish. So this is mackerel. I'm not smoking it. I'm not frying it or anything. It's going to go in fresh. Sometimes the flavor of fresh fish in your soups is just amazing. So I've added some salt to it now. And here goes the rest of my spices. I scooped everything else out with a spoon. And now I'm just going to go ahead and stir. Just make sure that every part of the fish is coated with the marinade. Cover with a cling film, and this I'm going to put in the fridge for it to take its time to marinate, and it's going to go in the soup halfway done or even when it's almost done. So that is in the fridge now, and here is my peanut butter, and this I'm going to give you the right weight in the description box, so check that for the list of all ingredients. And I'm just scooping it out. This is my very last bit of peanut butter from Ghana. And so now I have to find out how I'm going to survive. So it's in there now. It's my water and I'm going to blend this. So to speed up the cooking process of my soup, I'm going to go ahead and boil this the peanut butter on the side. You want it to cook on the side, and so this is cooking at the same time as my meat. And then when you bring everything together, it speeds up the process. I just rinsed the blender a little bit, added it here, and now I'm just going to go ahead and let it start cooking. You want to check on this as frequently as possible because this is thick. It's not a paste, but it's a very thick mixture. And being inattentive to this is going to end up with it being sticking to the sides of your pot and almost burning. You know how hard it is to cook groundnut soup. Like you have to stir it frequently so that it doesn't stick to the bottom. So whilst that is cooking, I have my rice here, and this I'm gonna rinse and cook. And today we are making the rice balls in the pressure cooker. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. I discovered making rice balls in the rice cooker gives you the best texture. You end up with rice balls that is very sticky. You know, emotuo, you make it because you want that stickiness. That's why you are mashing the rice in the first place. So using the pressure cooker with all the pressure and the steam trapped in to cook the rice makes it very soft, sticky, and just perfect. So anyway, I have it here in the pot. I've added my water, and like I said, everything is going to be in the description box for you, but it's 3 cups. And then I've added 4 cups of water. I'm going to go ahead and just stir the salt that I put in. Set the pot in the base. Cover. And this we are going to be cooking at 20 minutes, for 20 minutes. And of course, you want to make sure that it is sealed so the pressure cooker is not venting. So that is on doing its work, and I'm checking on my meat. So the 1 cup of water and whatever else was on the marinade, of course, has evaporated at this time. This is about 20 minutes into the cooking time, and you see the oxtail and the meat actually is softening up a little bit. I've added more water to this just to help it cook some more. I'm going to cover it again, and at this point, yes, what I told you not to do is exactly what I've done. I haven't been paying that much attention to my peanut butter, so as you can see, it is sticking to the sides now. And yeah, I'm just trying to scrape off as much as I can. And so this has cooked for about 25 minutes, the peanut butter at this point, and it has thickened. It has just a little bit of oil on the surface, and at this point I'm just going to go ahead and transfer it onto my meat and let everything cook together. So you see it has thickened back. It has some oils, just a little bit of oils on the surface. Perfect timing for you to add it, and I am just trying to scrape off whatever else I can scrape from the bottom of the pan, and then I'll rinse it out. Hopefully most of what is dry there will lift up and be able to go into my soup. It is not really burnt, it is just stuck to the pot. Just look at that. It is already smelling amazing. You really smell the Nkate Nkwan right now. And yes, Sunday's special has never been this good. It's never been this good. So actually my motivation for this meal was from Instagram. I was on Instagram this Sunday afternoon minding my own business, and on my screen just appears this beautiful bowl of emotuo and groundnut soup, and it had oxtail in there as well, just like this. The person must have been from Ghana or has connections like I do, because the oxtail had skins on. I just jumped from my chair straight to the garage, opened the freezer, started digging, and here we are. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna film for my family as well. Yeah, so fam, that is how it started, and I hope you enjoy this. I hope this is going to be motivation enough for you. So anyway, I added some water. I've added my tomatoes and peppers, and I'm letting them cook. And actually right now it's been about 15 minutes of the tomatoes and peppers in there, and I'm bringing them out because I don't want it to be very, very cooked, and then the tomatoes will start falling apart into the soup, and then you have particles of tomatoes. So it is good now. As you can see, it has cracked open a little bit, and before it makes a mess in the soup, I'm bringing everything out. And my onion, digging for my peppers right now. Okay, here we go. That's the last one, the third bit of the pepper. And I'm going to go ahead and just blend these together with the tomato paste. That ensures that I don't have to mix the tomato paste, trying to make it smooth and beautiful before putting it in the soup. Or alternatively, you could just add the tomato paste way ahead of time, maybe on the meat, before you even add the peanuts, and that is going to be good as well. So this is blended. I've poured it in here, rinsed out the blender, added it, and at this point, we just wait for this soup to be done. It is just going to need about an extra 20 to 25 minutes just to thicken up, get as much oil as we can on the surface. The meats I used are not ones that are oily, so I'm not expecting to get, the typical Nkate Nkwan with oil on the surface. And so we just wait for it to be cooked and then we'll just proceed. And I just remembered I almost forgot about my fish, but it is beautifully marinated. It is well seasoned, so, and fish doesn't take too much time to cook. So I've brought it in here now, adding them to the soup, and they're just gonna cook perfectly at this point. So yeah, not too bad that it's going in here. And I've just added some more water. Actually, the marinade, I just rinsed it out and added it in here just to make sure that more flavor, goes in my soup. Just stirring it a little bit to make sure the fish is well situated here, and we'll let it cook. And at this point, our cooker, or pressure cooker I should say, has done its work. I am venting it on my own, so yes, be careful if you're doing this. I used a wooden stick and then I just pushed it to vent, starting as far away from it as possible. And now we're just going to go ahead and mash it. Yes, see, I don't know. Yes, the rice is so soft, very sticky. Just look at that. Just look at this. This texture of rice balls, like if you have a pressure cooker and you try it, you just know the difference. It's more like how the emotuo sellers have it. Like, I don't know how they do it. I don't know if theirs is just the manpower, the people that mash it so well, because of course they just cook it in a pot covered, with no pressure in cooking it, but the texture mostly is perfect. At some point, I know this because my auntie has a choba. Okay, she sells a mutuo, and the texture that they make that rice balls is just amazing. It's very cloudy, smooth. If I were me, I could say, huh. Anyway, so I'm done mashing it, which wasn't too much work because, as I said, the rice is so soft and sticky. And now we are just going to go ahead and make them into balls. I've already cut up my wrap, so they're just laying at vantage points, making it easy. So once I'm done trying to make a ball, I'm just going to go ahead and take one wrap, pre-cut like I said. That way I'm not touching the package with my sticky hands, trying to tear off some plastic wrap. So it's all pre-cut. I estimated how many balls I'm going to make. And here we go. I just put it in, twirl it, twist it, because I like my tomato-like shape for my rice balls and banku. First one made. In comes the second one, third, and this is the very last one, my favorite part, with the crust. And at this point, our soup is just bubbling, on very low heat. The oils, as much as we can get, is here already. It's not so oily, but when you push it to the side, you see the oils. And at this point, our soup is done. Sunday amutu ankasa ankasa. Food is ready. And of course, everybody is ready. Ivana, more than anybody else, because this is her favorite. Rice fufu with some groundnut soup, and even Andy laughed at my son. We all love it, and this is something I crave. Remember, I saw this and I really had to make this. I hope you get some inspiration from it. It motivates you, as somebody's post did for me, and you try this recipe. This is so good. If you have a pressure cooker, go ahead and try making your rice balls with it. You will be a believer, trust me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for doing this with me. If this is your first time here, this is Kwancho's Kitchen, where making simple, replicable meals is my passion. And until I come your way next time with something delicious, be loving, be kind, be happy.